So I've been wearing this. This is the Kospet Tank T3 smartwatch. 1.43-inch AMOLED display, 500 mAh battery, heart rate monitor, blood oxygen monitor, sleep monitor, and 170 plus sports modes. Wow. I've been wearing it for about a week and a half now. And it's an appealing smartwatch, especially if you work outdoors, because it has the military standard 810H certification. It's very unlikely, therefore, to get damaged by impact. And full disclosure, they did send this out for review. Very different to what I would normally wear, which is the Withings. But I feel like the Withings watch is a much nicer dress watch, a much smarter looking watch. And actually when I play sport in it, although you can definitely play sport in that Withings watch, I feel like, especially now it's got a leather strap on it, I feel like it's not the right thing to use for that. So this seems like it's going to be more of a sports watch, what you want. So this is military standard 810H certified. So that means the testing is a very high level of sort of drop test, scratch test, all that kind of thing. High pressure water, etc. Another feature that I've really liked about it is it does have long battery life. The battery has lasted for me for about 3 days, which is good for this type of watch. But as advertised, they've said about 10 to 15 days. I'm not getting that, partly because I'm leaving the always on display on, which is nice because you don't have to wait that sort of split second when you look at your wrist for it to recognize that you've lifted your wrist and you want to know the time. The app has been perfectly fine. There was no issues there getting it paired or getting it to display all your sleep tracking and fitness data there. Look at the accessories we get. Not sure what that's for. That's for removing and adding links to get it to the right size. Definitely don't like that watch face. Lots of choice of watch face, of course, but nothing coming close to a nicely designed mechanical watch face. And that's good. So you get rubber for sport and you get a metal for a bit more dress. Some spare pins as well, which is very welcome indeed. Good. So I really like it's got this simple always on display, and I've gone for quite a simple, this is the one in all their advertisements. Also that always on watch face, it does time out at night, so you're not got something bright on your wrist while all the lights are off. It has of course lots of sports modes, and these are just these sort of favorites, and you can add more into that list. And I tend to run it quite dim, just to save as much battery as possible, but you can increase the brightness on it. I've enjoyed the heart tracking and the sleep tracking, of course. And one thing I didn't have on my previous watches was stress tracking. Let's have a look at my stress levels over the last few days. There we go, it's not been too bad. Climbed a little bit into today. Generally pretty low, eh? Just a little bit of moderate stress, so that's good news. And that's good news for all the sort of changes to my life that I've made recently. Although, if I'm honest, this week I've been a little bit ill, and it's actually interesting because that definitely has changed my mood a little bit this week. And I'm looking forward to feeling better and getting cracking with things again. There we are, peaceful right now. And the sports tracking's been quite good as well. I would say I definitely spend more time in the aerobic area or anaerobic when I'm playing football, but there we are, that's what it thinks. It can, of course, also take calls, and that's been perfectly fine. I was speaking to my wife on it only earlier. It doesn't have 4G though, which would be nice. And it's not incredibly lightweight, although it is advertised as being lightweight. I think this is the watch you want if you do want something which is built to last and not to break. I've got another watch review coming up quite soon, and that is a lot lighter, noticeably lighter when you put it onto your wrist. It doesn't also have GPS built in, which means you will need to pair it with a smartphone to get your running data. So bear that in mind. Now personally, I'm coming from wearing a mechanical watch most of the time with some smartwatch capabilities built in. And the nice thing about a mechanical watch is that you can see it in all light conditions. And importantly for me, you can see it when you're wearing polarizing sunglasses. So I wear them almost all the time outside. It's quite difficult using this one because, well, firstly, I've turned the brightness right down to save the battery. So it was difficult to see in a bright outdoor environment in any case, but I had to also pull my sunglasses down or tilt them up to look down at my watch, which was quite a nuisance. But that's a me thing rather than an it thing. And the display is really quite nice. It can go very bright and you don't get a lot of pixelation like you do on a lot of the cheaper end of smartwatches that I've tried. Ah, there we go. I was going to complain that it didn't automatically start sports mode, but that's because I had that mode off. It's good. It's been a good watch. So yeah, good watch at a good price. Check that out from the link in the description. I do personally prefer simple watch faces like this one. Yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, well, it's the Withings watch that I've been using, Chris. The Withings watch is fabulous. And I will be going back to that. I've got this one to review. And then I've got another watch to review called a Udefine Watch Power, which I've been wearing on and off. I've been switching between the two smartwatches at the minute. Strictly own mechanical watches, and my wife abandoned her Apple Watch for automatic watches. I think we're just yet to see, aren't we, where wearable tech will go, what will be the sort of main thing that we'll all be wearing in the future. Will it be watches? Will it be on our face? Who knows?